Hello, Teaquilters. Today is Saturday, November 14th, 2024. I totally forgot to make what's coming up, like pre-planning my live video. I just actually scheduled it because I didn't know I had not scheduled one. So it's going to take people a while to trickle into the chat, but we're going to just wait for that to happen. And in the interim, I will get myself in on my other phone so I can read comments. So, trying to figure this all out. Like, what happened? My goodness. Hmm. Let's see. I need to pull up this live. Let's do that. All right, so sorry about not having this chat available to you guys earlier tonight. I don't know what happened. Sometimes things happen. I thought, normally when I schedule Wednesday, I do Saturday as well. So I must have just did Wednesday and said I'll do Saturday later and never went back and did later because I've been busy doing other stuff. So we'll just give people a little chance to get in here. I'll read who's in here so far because it'll keep me up to date on the chat for a minute anyway. T. Roberts is here saying evening all. Betsy Layton is here. Diane Sozio. Kevin the Quilter. Glory Jean. Sue GSD says 284. That's the magic number. If you know, you know. Billy Weathereed. Melody Kiefer. Melinda C. Don Cunningham. Nikki B. Annette Bailey. Who else? Zella McKenzie. Anita Scott. Sharon Lewis said her rent is paid, which means she's already hit the thumbs up button. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. Also, if you're not subscribed, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. So in future chats, you can comment in the chat box. Today, since I don't have it pre-scheduled, I don't have any restrictions on chat. So moderators, please be aware, just in case. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming in here with these notifications. So that's good. And Sharon says she is driving home from North Carolina shop hop. So she's still shop hopping. Ours just started the month of September. And I think we do October as well. But I've been to 2 quilt shops, but I haven't participated in the shop hopping. So yeah, talk about that a little bit later, maybe. Sheila Willis is here. Dorothy Battle is here. Thank you, Darcy. She says, hi, T, and everyone. Give T her thumbs up and subscribe. If you're new, hit the bell for notifications. Also, check out her Facebook page, Teaquilts, LLC. Make sure that you answer the 4 questions if you're requesting to join that group on Facebook. I just want to make sure that it's a quilter and not somebody trying to sell spam products. So, Maddie Barnum is here. Cheryl Knuckles. Deborah Sims Brown. Anita says her rent's paid too, so thank you. Cynthia Shades here from Chicago. Pamela Ebell. Thank you, Melody. Her rent's paid. Melena Montoya is here. And my brother is here saying hello to everyone. You've got my thumbs up. Yeah. So I have been using my stand apparently somewhere else that holds this phone because it's not here. So this is going to be a very interesting night. part of it is because all I really want to do right now is go to sleep. I am so tired. I had hosted the So Busy group today, and just moving stuff around. I still got stuff that I gotta put up. It's like I don't even feel like it. I had to go make a run, and I have a lady that I quilt for. She's having some medical issues right now, and I've had her quilts tops for about one of them about a month. I got it in August, the end of August, and or was it the end of July? End of July, and I told her that I wasn't going to be doing any quilting until September, but she has had a medical emergency and she needs me to finish her quilt or figure out how to get them finished. So I've been dealing with that, and so I went back by her house to pick up her bindings because, of course, I don't normally finish her quilts off. So this is something that's totally new for her. So yeah, so I've had a very, very long day, and when I got back home, and it was hot, and when I got back home, all I want to do is sleep right now. I don't care about a whole lot of anything else. It is what it is. Oh my goodness. Vivian Calvey is here. Carol Williams saying her rent's paid. Thank you, ma'am. Sue saying she's tired too. See, it's a lot. T, you are so wonderful. For us all. Give us a hug and go to bed. I'm gonna see how long I can stay here. I, in my mind, do not feel like working on row cotton bow. I know I said we were gonna put that together this week. Because we kind of pieced half the rows, and we need to piece together the other half of the rows. We'll see. I might do some, but I'll show you what else I've been working on this week. Hi, cool gal. Welcome to the chat. She says her thumbs up is done, so thank you so much. Kevin says, take the evening off, Miss T. We understand. Hello, Shelly Souls. And I think that's it. So when I was here on Wednesday, I have no stand for this phone. I know I took it out. I don't know why I'm looking to see like it's going to pop back up. It's over by my long arm. I was talking to my dear friend, and I came in here to piece some batting together, saw the stand, took it out there, and then never brought it back, okay? So that's how come I don't have my phone stand here. I utilize it in another room. So, I was working on the Spooky and Sweet mystery, which is no longer a mystery because it was a quilt along last year for the Fat Quarter Shop. I was telling you all about that. So I am going to show you. I have been working on that. I started it Wednesday because I just cut maybe an hour before we went live. And then after the live, maybe Thursday, I went ahead and cut out the rest of the pieces for the quilt top. And lo and behold, I sat down and I got some sewing done, and I actually have the quilt top completed, okay? Now, I told you all I weren't sure if I was even going to quilt this quilt because I'm actually giving it away. But I went ahead and did a very generic design because with me using prints, my quilt is so busy. I got so many Halloween designs that I really wanted to use. But I'm like, girl, this quilt is busy. You just need to do a traditional all over quilting, okay? Don't go crazy. So I ended up just using my herringbone stitching pen tool. I'm trying to see if you can see the quilting a little bit. Yeah, you can kind of see it. And you can see it a little bit more in the ghost faces, the witch and the monster. But yeah, it turned out really cute. I'm really happy with it, and this is the fabric that I put on the back. It was just one of those fun prints. I have so many Halloween fabrics, it's like it don't even make any sense. But I know I'm not going to put it up, and I'm not going to do anything with it, so I'm just going to give it away. So that's what we have here. And when I cut the backing, when I cut the borders, because I knew I was going to do a wall hanging instead of a table runner, because I felt like it was too long, and most of us don't have tables that long for that long of a table runner. I also went ahead and made the binding. So I have the binding all made. So we shall see how that goes. So I did that, and then I also, as I told you, I've been quilting I'm quilting quilt tops that I have. I'm trying to clear that section out, and I have one lady that has 3 quilt tops. I quilted 2 of those, 2 of her 3. So I went and picked up the binding for those, and then the other one, she says she's got extra fabric on the backing for the final quilt. So I still got another quilt I need to quilt for her, but I'm trying to knock out quilting. So that's what I've basically been doing. And then one other thing that happened this week is that we had a local, I say local, it's St. Louis metropolitan area is what we call it. Another quilt shop opened up called the Quilted Cow, but it's the Quilted Cow of St. Peter's. And so Jason, Kevin, and I went Thursday night. So we went to go check out the new shop. The owners, for me, were very pleasant, very nice. I felt the store was a good size. They've had, when they first started, thank you, my husband went and got my stand. When they first opened, they, like on Monday, they had like standing room only. And it was lines that was lining the whole sidewalk in front of other storefronts to get into that store. I'm sure they were over occupancy and can only let in so many people at a time. So that was very wonderful. The only problem with that is that, well, first of all, it's a new shop. And number 2, they're still getting products in. Everything that they ordered didn't come in. And you don't know how many people are going to be at your first day. They did a wonderful job, in my opinion, of publicizing that it was coming. So everybody in this area was aware that a new quilt shop was here. So they had a drawing for this week, I think. Any day this week you came in, you could enter. If you came every day, you could enter every day. So they have a drawing for, I want to say, a sewing machine, because, I need another sewing machine. So, of course, I entered, and Kevin wasn't going to enter, but I made him enter, too. So I have 2 chances of winning. Okay. But I felt like a new shop opening. They had a very nice classroom. It's not all that furniture isn't there. They have a couple long arms already set up in the classroom as well that they're going to be selling. I can't remember what brand. It's not Handy Quilter. It's something else. Yeah, but so they already got 2 long arms set up. Well, one's a long arm and one's kind of a mid arm, I guess is what you'd call it, because it's on a frame. But it was they had a lot of different types of fabric. You can see that they're going to have a stable Constance wall. Like they had a lot of tone on tone things, your solid print. So that wall was all filled. What was empty was that they sold out a lot of fabrics, and so they didn't really have anything else to put there because it was grand opening. You don't know, well, like I said, you don't know how much to order, as well as so many people were there that they were selling out of the stuff that they had. So, in the world of social media, you got people that feels very strongly like it's their business and it matters, that they have to go on social media and talk about the fact that they didn't have good fabric selection, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what did you expect when they had people standing on the sidewalk? What do you expect when fabrics are delayed in shipping? They ordered what they could. You got to remember, it's a new business. You can only fork so much money into it once you start. So it's a whole new setup, whole new paying rent. And I think they've been working at just the building part of it. They've been like painting and doing flooring and all of that for like the last 2 months. They've been advertising that they were looking for a location months before that. It's a lot of money and effort, and I think it's really sad when somebody opened their doors and in the first week you got people in their group complaining about their first week opening, when I'm sure they were just happy that they had so many people there. And I'm glad they sold out of a lot of stuff, because then that means that they made some money so that they can continue to keep the doors open. So I feel really bad for them. I did talk to them, and I told them that I was going to come back. I told them who I was. Like, that makes a difference. They didn't know who I were, but they know who I am now. And I told them that when I have my retreat 2025, that we will make sure to stop in, and that I'll come in a little bit before to see what type of fabrics that they have, because they're in that new stage where they're kind of ordering what people tell them to order. So they haven't really figured out yet what their forte is going to be. And so I think it's still up for grabs on what types of fabric that they're going to have. So I'm looking forward to seeing where they go, even if it's on some fabrics that I'm not, say they decide to go reproductions. That's not something that I'm really a fan of, but I'm interested to see where they go, because we don't have shops here that do a whole lot of reproduction fabric. So it's going to be interesting for them to figure out where their footing is, what's going to be their best seller, and so forth. So it's a dual owner company. I talked to both of them a little bit. I talked to the one when we first came in, and I didn't know who she was. And then I was talking with one of the employees, and she seemed very knowledgeable. So she must be a quilter that they hired, which is good when you hire quilters that know what they're doing. And so she told me I needed to talk to the manager, and one of the managers were checking out. So I got to talk to one of the managers, and I know their names, but I'm not going to throw their names out here. We all locally know who their names are. So, but yeah, I enjoyed it. It was just nice. It was a nice little evening. Now, we went Thursday when they're open to 7, which none of our other quilt shops are doing that. We used to have Jackman's that was open late on Thursdays, used to be open on Sundays for people that work. Honey, they all closing at 3 p.m. on Saturday. And nobody has any evening hours for the people that work in the offices and can't come to these stores. And then so they trying to get everything done Saturday between one store opens at 10, so 10 to 3 or 9 to 3. That's it. You have no other shopping choices if you are a worker in an office that has to go into a building. You can't drive all the way across town for your lunch, So I enjoyed it, had a great time, and looking forward to seeing how they grow. We didn't buy a lot. Of course, Kevin, Jason, and I, we're kind of so mature in our fabric. We just bought something so that we could support the store since we were there. I told you, every time I go into a quilt shop, I try to find something to buy. Kevin was trying to get out of there without buying, but we made him buy some mystery bags, so that was fun. He was over there trying to figure out what was in the bag, and he goes, this one's too soft. I feel like it could be batting scraps. I feel like it could be flannels. And then I just turned around and asked the owner, I said, do you all put flannel in these bags? Because I know quilters would be upset if you buying piece fabric. They need to put a little F or something on the bag if they're going to put flannel in it or something. But she says, no, they haven't put any flannels in the bag. So we kind of twist Kevin's arm. He got 2 of the scrap bags. So it was fun to go outside and open the mystery bags to see what was in it. So, and Betsy says she bought a mystery bag too. I haven't been reading comments, so let me go back and see if Betsy said anything else, because she also went, and she went before we did, if I'm not mistaken. No, she hasn't said anything else. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss it. People saying they love the quilt. The quilt looks great. Dorsey says, this is so cute. Can we buy the pattern from you? The pattern is free on Fat Quarter Shop. I do have a link, if you go into Fat Quarter Shop using my link, I do get a kickback from any sales or purchases. However, This pattern is free on there. If what cost is, they still have kits available that they're selling. So you can get a kit for it if you want. I'm going to be giving this one away probably next Wednesday, although this isn't due at my Quilt Guild until the month of October. However, I'm going to show it next Thursday because we have a meeting next Thursday. I'm going to show it next Thursday. And then after I show this next Thursday, from my Wednesday video, if you watched it, I am going to give this quilt away to one of you lucky Teaquilters. So I had people comment in the chat on Wednesday, so I have to go back. I haven't looked at Wednesday's chat yet, so I need to go back in there so I can assign people numbers, and then I can just pick my numbers for that. So let's see, what else? And T says also, it's okay to leave early. Take care of yourself first. Yes. I was so sleepy when I got home, and I got home about 5:30. So I decided I better eat because I just ate the leftovers that I brought home. Well, I made a broccoli and chicken braid. It used to be I don't know if Pampered Chef still uses it, but it's a Pampered Chef thing that I learned how to do. And basically you can put whatever you want in it. I don't even read the recipe. I just mix up stuff and then I make it into a braid. And so it still was a chicken broccoli braid, but I put any kind of vegetables I like, any kind of seasonings I like. So it was really good. I made that, and so I ate the rest of that, and I was surprised my husband ate it because he don't normally partake of all of that type of stuff. So I didn't even ask him if he actually liked it, because when I made it in the past, which I haven't made it in years, because it's been a long time since I was buying Pampered Chef stuff. And I would like to make it again because I really do miss it. I do like it. And then I had salad. And then I did not make any desserts. I went to Sam's. I bought, what did I buy? I'm sorry. I bought a little mixed sampler of cookies or something like that. And then I had candy apples because it's fall and the candy apples are out. So I bought the caramel, green apples with caramel icing and pecans. So, and I had a bag of pecans. They ate the pecans for dessert more than they ate anything else. And then they started taking cookies to go. It was too funny. So, but yeah, I think that's it for my weekly update. I think I've said everything. I'm just tired for preparing all the stuff that needed to be prepared for. So busy and all of that. So I'm just wore out. Okay. It's called Spooky and Sweet. That's the name of the pattern. I think Darcy was trying to help people about it being a free. No, not Darcy. Don was telling Darcy. I think I've already said it was free, but it's called Spooky and Sweet. Just so if somebody doesn't know what it's called, and Nikki is going to be in STL next weekend for a wedding. I want to go to some cool shops between wedding stuff. If you're going to the stores Friday and Saturday, just make sure you're there before 3, because I think all of them close before 3. If not 3, it's going to be 4. So you just want to play it safe. And I don't think right now any of these stores in the metropolitan St. Louis area that I'm aware of is open on Sundays. Like I said, was my day that I used to like to go, because, you know, if you're already out doing stuff, then you could just do a leisurely drop-in. Saturday is mostly my day when I'm home, because sometimes I'm doing an extra live on a third Saturday. Other times I'm prepping, getting whatever I need done for my live on Saturday nights. I got So Busy Guild. I got other meetings. The Scrap Club meets on Saturday. So Saturday is not really my shopping day. Sunday was my shopping day. But I don't need to shop for not a piece of fabric, okay? And I did, like I said, I just bought a charm pack just to support the shop. So that's what I spent. I don't need any more fabric up in here. Not that that's going to stop any probably from coming in, but I sure don't need any. Oh, they drew the winner today for the summer share because it's Saturday, so it's the end of the week. Sue says we all need another sewing machine. Right. I told Kevin, I said, you know, if I win the sewing machine, just going to go into the retreat rotation. He go, I know it. So he was so funny. I made him sign up too. And Diane talking about Kevin, if T wins, maybe she will name me Kevin, laughing out loud. Elaine Doucette's here. Shelly says, I'm sure they were overwhelmed too. When ordering stuff, you never know when you will get it. Yeah, and it's like, I just don't understand how social media has made it okay for us not to have patience. It's like, do you know how much work these two ladies and all their employees and their families have had to go through to get to this D-Day here? And then for somebody to come on social media and the owner, if you don't know, the Quilted Cow is really a franchise because there's one in Branson, there's one in another part of Missouri, and now it's in St. Charles, Missouri. So they actually have franchised this Quilted Cow, and then you have the Quilted Cow of whatever your county is. And so these ladies have forked out money for this franchise. They have forked out money for inventory. You never know if anybody's going to even show up for your opening day. They've asked people in groups. So you just never know what your turnout's going to be. You never know if people having you buy stuff nobody else is going to like. To me, they've been very open and flexible. So yeah, I just think social media has made it easy for people to say and do what they want, and then they've got to stay professional. But the franchise owner did come out and kind of reprimand some people because it was just downright rude. You know, you don't go into somebody's group on a grand opening week and go putting in, I didn't like their fabrics. They didn't have no fabrics. They didn't have this. Well, they had a line that was out the door on Monday that was wrapped around the buildings of all the businesses. If people were spending money to support them, then I can understand why they didn't have any fabric. But you can see in the store where they've got, like, in order for it to not look empty, they put, like, say they'll take a shelf and they'll half fill it with fabric, and then they had like decorations. Those decorations, as their fabrics and things come in, are going to be moved off of those shelves. They're just going to be piled somewhere else. And you can see where they've got plenty of room to expand in fabric. So I don't understand what was the problem with standing room only and not having fabric. They shouldn't have fabric if they had that many people show up. So I had never seen here locally where something like that ever happened. And I didn't get to experience it firsthand. I got to see it from people that were reporting at the grand opening. And it wasn't them that was doing the reporting either. It was other people that were attending that I knew that had done the recording. So I hope everything works well for them. You know, they've just made a huge investment. And you're right. They were overwhelmed, overworked, excited. You know, people don't realize that happiness, when you're overly excited, that's stress too. And your body doesn't know the difference between a good stress and a bad stress. So it's all stress to your body. So, but yeah, I had a great conversation with one of the owners, and I'm looking forward to going back again. And I told her, you know, I said, I'll come back and see what you have at a later time, because I felt, you know, it was some stuff I like, but y'all already know I'll buy something as an entry fee. That's what I consider my purchase. But y'all know I like sales, and you know, today ain't gonna be no sales on no fabrics because it's all brand new and they got to get some return on their money. And I fully understand that. So that's why I just wanted to buy something to support. But I'll be back in about 6 months when they decide they want to start putting stuff on sale, or, you know, they'll have their sale section or something like that. So I'm looking forward to that type of stuff, because that's where, you know, I don't need anything unless it's the right price. Okay. So yeah. Hi, Claudette, Judy Smith, Claudette Hall, I'm sorry. And Liz Wilson. I'm sure the quilt shop was happy to meet you, especially you being on YouTube. I did tell her about YouTube, but I told her about YouTube in the sense of having retreats. I didn't even go into all of that because one thing I don't like to do is try to go into somebody else's business and try to act like I do more than I am. But she did say she wanted me to contact her because I didn't, of course, it was so many people in there and so much stuff going on. I don't ever walk around even with business cards. Okay. I don't think I'm that super important. But they said that they might be looking for people to teach classes and things like that. And I'm not really kind of into working for somebody. So I just didn't comment. If I reach back out to her and she's talking about all of that, I might do a class or two to help them get established or something if they need. But it's a lot of quilting, a lot of excellent quilting instructors here in the St. Louis area. It's just not something I have like my fee for what I teach for a workshop or a class, and I just want my money and I just want to go home. I don't want all that middleman stuff. And then when you work for other people, it goes by how many people are in the class. Whereas I'm used to working with quilt guilds where I tell you what my price is for a class and you either pay me or you don't, Simple as that. We have a class or we don't. And those are my terms. It's not anybody else's terms. So when you're working with quilt shop owners, it's a little bit different because they got to pay rent and all that other kind of stuff too. Whereas the quilt guilds, they rent a space that they're meeting at, and it's still the same price no matter how many people show up or not. So they can make money if they get the maximum. And I don't tell them what to charge their people for the class. I'm just telling you what I charge for a class, and so they can decide if they want to make money off their class. Most quilt guilds take whatever we say we want as a payment, and they'll divide it by the maximum number of people that can attend class, and then that way the guild's not even making money off the classes. But Kevin in here whining about being forced to buy, like la 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 la, woe is me. Hi Lady Crafts, welcome to the chat. Debbie LeBlanc says, giving away a quilt, someone's going to be lucky to win it. Yes, I hope so, because I'm not putting it up. I just showed y'all the week before my fall and Halloween stuff, and I didn't even put it up. I took all that stuff back and put it in stores. Did not put up one of those quilts. Okay, I already know it's not gonna be me using it. Lady Craft says she used to buy Pamper Chef stuff many years ago. Minnie Doula is here saying hello. I have a friend who sold Pamper Chef years ago. People would have parties to help sell her stuff. Yeah, that's how they actually operated, was that you had to find people to have house parties. And so I got a whole lot of Pamper Chef stuff in a short period of time because my group, the So Busy group, we each hosted a party for everybody, and everybody's party, everybody bought at least one item. so the host got the discount for having a sale, and then everybody bought one item from them. So I had, what I really loved was their stones. And I broke all of mine since then. And I've gone on their book website online looking, and they just don't look the same, like they're the same stone, even when it was brand new. So I didn't buy anything. I had that round pizza stone, and I also had the rectangular baking stone. I had the whole kitchen pot set. I got so many of their individual notions and things like that. So at the time, I'm not sure what their can opener is now, but they had the best can opener at the time because it opened the top and pulled the whole rim off of your can opener, and not just took the can lid from the inside, putting it on the side. It actually went up on the top of the can. So I like that being left-handed because it was a lot easier for me to use that than to use a right-handed can opener. You know how they do, the lefties. So yeah. With it being on top, you could use it any hand. But I actually loved all my Pamper Chef stuff. I can't say that I bought anything Pamper Chef that I didn't love or use. So yeah, and I still use like my choppers and stuff like that. I still use that to this day. So I love Pamper Chef. Hello, Remo JS. Welcome to the chat, ma'am. I missed you on Wednesday. Katie Greenland Quilter is here saying hello to everyone. Carissa Renninger. There's a quilted cow in Lincoln. See, she says there's one in Lincoln, Nebraska. And I don't know where the first one opened. I have no clue, but I know that the state of Missouri now has at least 3 that I'm aware of. And it could be more because I never did go out and do any kind of research on it. But it is a franchise, but it is owned. It's not owned by the person who franchised out the quilted cow. It's owned by the people who own that particular store. So they're using that for marketing, which I think they did a wonderful job. Marketing, I think it's great because you walk into a business, you know how to order fabric. You already got somebody that's got the discount set up for you because under that franchise, it's like they're buying more fabric than a single solo quilt shop would. So I think it's wonderful. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how this pulls out. In all honesty, with something like the Quilted Cow being a franchise, it's almost like competition for Jackman's, whereas our other quilt shops have always felt intimidated by Jackman's, which I felt like they should have embraced Jackman's maybe. I remember when we used to have local shop hops and they would not even let Jackman's participate at one point because they said they're a fabric store, they're not a quilt shop. Although, I'm going to guess and say about 75% of the fabrics or more was quilting fabrics, okay? Because they do bridal as well at Jackman's. I forgot to cut this fan on. See, I don't have all these lights on when I'm in here sewing regular, so I don't need to have the fan on. But yeah, so yeah. Maybe we just gonna have a talk tonight. Let's see, what else is in the chat? I'm trying to get caught up on the chat, though, in all seriousness. And then she says there's a quilted cow in Springfield, Missouri. Okay, so that's cool. Because I know I went to at least 2 of them in Missouri. I could have gone to 3 and didn't even know it, okay? When I did the All Missouri Shop Hop that year. Wasn't last year, it was the year before, so 2022. They had 70 stores in the first year, and I went to every last one of them. Hi, Dee Branson. Hi, June Hansen. Patricia Priest is here. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up button for me. Leetta Bryant is here. And Lady Crafts is saying, so true, T. The body doesn't distinguish between good and bad stress. It's just stress and takes a toll on the body over time. And that's why whenever you go to the doctor and stuff, you know, if you got a good one, they don't just start prescribing you medications for various different ailments. And I learned this with my daughter because we had a very traumatic incident when my daughter was about 5 years old. And I was like, she was getting notes from school saying that she couldn't see and I needed to go get her a pair of glasses. And I'm like, where did this come from? And so I ignored it the first time because I'm like, these people are crazy. She doesn't need glasses. She can see. So then they sent another note home basically telling me if I didn't get her glasses by such and such a date, that she was gonna not be able to attend school. So of course I go, because I'm like, she doesn't need glasses. So what I did was I just waited till the weekend because I'm working and I'm going to school. So I waited until the weekend and I took her to Sears because I'm like, I need to go find the cheapest place. This is before America's got contacts and all of that kind of stuff. So I took her to Sears because they was the cheapest. You know, you could do everything at Sears, right? So I took her to Sears to get her eyes checked, and she couldn't even read the big E. And I'm sitting up here in this chair, shocked as all get out, trying to figure out how come this girl cannot see the big E. And I'm like, she really is blind. She should be, and something in me was like, but this isn't right, because if she can't see the big E, she should be walking into walls and everything else. Because if you can't see the big E, you can't see squat. So I, at the end of that appointment, the people, they were opticians. They tried to just give me a prescription because it's Sears and they're going to sell me a pair of glasses. And had I put those glasses on my daughter at 5 years old, she probably would be blind as a bat right now today. She still don't wear glasses to this day, okay? So something in me, because they didn't give me clearance to take her back to school. So I went and scheduled an appointment with a optometrist, a doctor of optometry. So this time I wasn't playing. I was making sure that we get this done the right way this time. So I took her in there, and she could not see the big E. And this was like maybe 4 or 5 days apart. She still couldn't see this big E. So they ended up dilating her eyes. And when they dilated her eyes, they was able to go in. They told me she didn't have any eye disease, because I'm thinking she's got to have something going on with her eyes internally. And he came back into me, and after he done his eye exam, he sat with me, and then he started asking all kinds of questions of her. He started asking all kinds of questions of me. And we determined that what had happened in our family was such a major impact that it was affecting her eyes. And he did write a prescription for her. The prescription was for the teacher to move her to the front of the class. So I had never seen stress affect somebody as much as when I saw it affect my daughter. And then gradually her eyes just readjusted back. But you know how when you go to school, the teachers have you sit in alphabetical order because it's easier for them to do their role and all of that. So they were not happy. But I did ask my daughter if they moved her to the front, and she said, yeah, they did change her seat. But yeah. So I've learned from that good stress and bad stress, it doesn't matter. Your body doesn't know. Lady Craft says she bought the brown baking stone too. Girl, I used to have some good pieces on that stone, okay? I used that stone so much. That stone used to live in my ovens. Every time I turned that thing on, I was heating up that stone, because you heat it before you put the pizza on it. So, but yeah, I love that stone. Hey, Joanne Parker. Said she was happy she was able to catch you all live. I love the egg separator. I still use the egg. I have an egg separator that I got from them, and I still use it. And I also broke my piece of stone as well. I can't remember how in the world I broke my stone, because like I'm telling you, it was always out. And I just think it got knocked off the stove accidentally or something. Forgot it was there, and moving stuff around, and it was either in the oven, like when somebody was baking something different, it got put on top of the oven, and I think it got knocked off when not knowing that it was on the oven. I was so upset. I love that piece of stone. It was so funny because when my piece of stone broke, my sister had ordered one when I had my party. So she hadn't even used it, so I ended up using her stone, and I think that one broke too, okay? But I had them for years before it broke, but it was a break of it fell and dropped, okay? It wasn't like it cracked because it got too hot or anything like that. So Minnie Doula says getting 2 of her puppies ready for their new home. Woohoo! So she's a breeder, so that's cool. Let me make sure. I'm going to go out of this chat and go back in. If I missed your comment, now would be a good time to do it, because I didn't have all messages showing anyway. Hopefully they've shown me everything. I'm a fan of the garlic press. I like that too, and I still use that to this day. I think it's the best garlic press on the earth. When they start telling you to chop your garlic and garlic cloves, all that, like, we get that Pamper Chef thing out, and it goes through, and it makes it so smooth and fine. I use it all the time. And then they got the nerve to have a little thing that cleans it, pushes it back the other way so you can clean it. So, see, my husband accidentally broke my rectangle stone. I'm not going to get a new one either. That's Betsy. Because I just went, when I broke mine, the last one broke, I had the because I was just doing, I said, I just won't have a pizza thing anymore. So I was using the rectangular one, and then I ended up breaking that one too. I've broken 3 of them things. And it's all user error. Ain't got nothing to do with Pamper Chef. But when I went back, because I'm going to go buy me a rectangular and a round, and I'm like, these things don't look the same. They already looked seasoned, whereas the ones I got, they were very light tan color, and they turned dark in color as they got seasoned, and you didn't have to put any Or you know how you have to prep pans as you used it? You didn't have to prep it anymore. It just seasoned itself. So I could put anything on any of my Pamper Chef stuff and it would cook without sticking. So, but yeah, Deborah Holloway is here. Since she loved the piece of stone from Pamper Chef. Sue says like butter. Right. So yeah, I love the Pamper Chef products. I think they had a good thing. I just haven't, I don't want to order online. I don't want somebody to sell me something that I can't see. I need to be able to see this stuff, make sure that it's going to be what I want, because I know the old Pamper Chef had it going on. I don't know what's going on with all this new stuff. So another person broke their piece of stone. And then I love their weighted mixing bowls. I never got that. I never got the weighted mixing bowls, but I got like tubes you can cook bread in and make stars and all this other kind of stuff. At that time, I was into making like Mickey, Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, cake shapes and things like that. So I was heavily into a whole lot of baking. So I got a lot of that type of stuff from them. I had a lot and still got a lot of Pamper Chef stuff. I still have a slicer. I have a chopper. Yeah, I probably can go find something still in the pack. Like some kind of gadget, you know what I'm saying, still in the pack or something. But can openers, measuring cups at the time. So I just love Pamper Chef. Claudette Bettis just came in saying hello to everyone. Hey Claudette, welcome, welcome. Oh goodness gracious, I don't know if I need to work on this Halloween quilt or if I should just go ahead and sew some of these blocks. Oh my goodness, I don't know why I got all these numbers. I didn't pull the numbers off the row that's on the wall over there because I see them in the middle. And that's not going to help me very much. I do have more tape though. So yeah, let's just go ahead and see if I can do one row. You see how last week we got to half the rows done? Tonight it's like, let's just see if I can do one row. Yeah, that's where we are. And I am not going over there. So I'm just going to make some new numbers, I think. I have a piece on my machine I can start with. All right, I got enough for 7. And then I'll need to just got to tear them apart now. Yeah, so that's when you know something is going on, when it's like, I'm going to see if I can get one row together. Isn't that funny? The goal is all the way down. Hi, Susan Franklin. Harriet Susan Franklin, I'm sorry. Says hello from Ringo, Georgia. I've got the access of 4 quilts in their binding cut. Now I'm making labels for them. So yeah, Betsy was in my line of people that had quilts here. And she was like, I'm shocked that you got all of them done. I wasn't expecting you to get them done. She wasn't even ready for me. Girl, I was like, some of this stuff has got to be moved out of here. I had too much stuff. So that's why I was getting people quilts done. It's like, they gotta go. I'm putting numbers on these just so that I don't get them out of order. And then I know which way is right side up, because it doesn't matter on my piece blocks, but it matters on my string blocks. So the piece block is the same no matter which orientation. But, you know, you can't put a block on a number on every other block either. So we're just playing it safe. 6. And here is 7. And I need 8 through 11. Tape for 8 through 11. And then close this end up again. And I'm just going to sit the tape right there. And I got the rest of the tape on my machine because I had made some extra higher numbers, but I did not make any lower numbers because I was supposed to get them off the row on the wall, but I didn't have time for that, apparently. 8. We had the crystal parties, and I was a Tupperware lady. Yeah, I used to buy Tupperware too. Tupperware has some nice cups and things. I still got one that's my favorite. It's the blue one that has the twist-on lid, but it has a drink spout when you untwist, like a half a twist. You could drink out of the pour spout. I like that cup. You could tighten it down, and then you could just... Okay, so I only got 10. I don't know what that is. I'm just going to put 11 on this. I don't know which way this thing faces. Okay, I need to look up here because it does make a difference. So let me take this off. It goes in here like that. Because I had been sold it on here wrong, and we don't want to be using any rippers right out the gate. Okay. The nice thing is, this is an end piece triangle. This quilt is put together on a diagonal. For those that don't know, I've been working on row cotton ball. So I'm just going to pin it on here so that I don't lose it because I have to sew it to row 6. This is row 7 I'm working on. I need to have row 6 and row 8 sewed before I put this on. That's how I like to sew them anyway. You don't have to, but that's what I do. I've had the divided veggie tray still in the box from 30 years ago. Oops. I busted mine up. I busted the plastic, the lid that goes on top. I just destroyed mine. I only used it when I did like salad fixings or taco fixings because you got some people that don't like all the particular fixings. So yeah, that's what I did with that. I'm going to just put this up here, my stack of blocks. Take these over here. And we're going to make our first stitch of the night. It's sad. It's like, I am not feeling this. Although it's getting closer and I like what I see, I'm just, wasn't feeling it. I was feeling a nap though. So yeah, I'll go back because I didn't eat salad. I'll eat the rest of the salad I made today. I didn't know one person didn't eat tomatoes, and I had cherry tomatoes all over the place. So she was kicking out the cherry tomatoes. You got a person that's such a well-rounded eater, and then you got them where they don't eat tomatoes. And I can't remember how she said she ate tomatoes. And I've been knowing her for years and never paid attention to her not putting the tomatoes on the plate. I only eat tomatoes if they're, the cherry tomatoes, or if they're homegrown, because I don't mess with the store-bought tomatoes. I'm not going to eat a pink tomato. It's just not going to happen. But I never realized that she wasn't eating tomatoes. But I didn't feel like having 13 bowls for all the salad fixing. So I called myself making like a 7-layer salad, but I didn't put the dressing on it because I wanted them to choose their own dressing. So I had all kinds of ingredients and layers. And I gave them a choice of which dressing they used. 6 and 7. She said, that's okay. My family calls me Susan. For some reason, I just missed the whole Harriet part in the top, and I've called your name numerous times. So, yeah. Oh, my God. Joanne says she saw where HSN is selling Tupperware now. Ain't that something? Oops. Okay. Don't want to stitch, huh? Just a lot of seams at the beginning. All of these little strings I got, if you cut them right where they end in the corner, can be a little tricky. I didn't even cut no iron on or anything. I don't even know which way I pressed the last row, so I don't know. We'll have to do some investigating. 8, 9. I don't know why I got up here numbers all the way to 18. It's like, this is my longest row, so I don't know what that was about. I could have used those 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm thinking I need them. Wasn't even tripping off of it. Okay, here we go with another one with a little small seam in the beginning. Tupperware had the best salt shakers. Amazon has Tupperware too. Ain't that something? I did not know it was like that. Okay, so this is the last block. This is the corner. And we want to make sure we put this on here right, because nobody is trying to rip today. Not at all. This is not a corner. This is a side setting triangle. The corner I can't put on yet. Logos tonight. One row and one row only. We almost been on here an hour. We'll do more than one, I'm sure. Right? We'll do more than one. All right. Okay, I'm just moving this. I don't know what I do when I leave from you guys, because I have everything that's done shifted up out of place. Nothing is where it's supposed to be. I don't know how that happens. Put this over here. Put this over there, because now I need to press. So I got to make some room. They crack me up. Credit reporting cracks me up. I was like, what in the world is this popping up on my screen telling me that my credit score has decreased? You know, if you use your credit card, like I just used it, I don't know if I even told you guys this. Sunday, I was going to buy computer and all of that. I needed a computer. I wanted a different type of camera. And so I wanted a camera where I could take, I can choose lenses, because I used to do that. I had my old Olympus, but it was you had to have film. And so I've gotten out of, photography, and I used to love it. I used to go around, and you can find some of the ugliest stuff, like swamps, maggots. They are gross. But when you start like videotaping them and have the right camera lens, it can be some of the most beautiful pictures. And so I like a whole lot of stuff in nature. I didn't want to do flowers because everybody did flowers. So I was taking pictures of mostly stuff that looked gross, but it has so much different stuff in the background. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that, because as I gotten older, I don't want to see gross. But I do miss like setting my own apertures for picture taking and things like that. So I bought me a new camera. Now I haven't done a thing with it. And I also bought a new desktop computer, because I'm wondering, I don't know if that's part of my problem as well. Maybe I got some virus, because I can't understand why my Yahoo Mail is not working, but it's not. So I don't know what the issue is. So I'm trying to figure out all these different things. I haven't bought a desktop computer since 2015 or 2016, something like that. It's so old, I can't even tell you when I bought it. So I went and bought a new computer. So because I went and did some shopping this week, I've had Experian, and I just got TransUnion telling me that my credit has decreased. And what's so funny is that Discover, they send to not just Discover, but any credit card, whatever your due date is for your payment, like when your statement comes out. My statement came out this week. I wasn't even thinking about that, because I'm living my best life. And you have to shop after your statement comes out, apparently, because I've had both credit reporting systems come telling me that my credit has been decreased, because I purchased. I have what they consider to be debt. However, I've already paid the bill, but they don't know that. I owe Discover not one dime. I put it on my Discover so that I can get the points, the free money. So I put it on my Discover, and then I wait 2 or 3 days. Discover still hadn't processed the payment. Guess what I did? I went to my bank and paid it through my bank, and had my bank send them the money. So they already got the money, but it's not showing on my statement because of what day I shopped and what day they send out the statement balances. Okay. It's so strange. And it wasn't like it was past due or anything, but they go by how much of your available credit you're using. Well, I bought a lot of stuff. I didn't buy a lot of stuff. I bought 2 items, but they were high priced items. So, yeah. My credit has decreased. Like, thank you. But I don't really care. It's like, why have a credit card if every time somebody uses it, you're going to tell them that their credit is decreased? Although I haven't paid 1 late fee, 1 interest fee, no nothing. I was a photo finisher for 10 years, and I became a groomer. That was Sue. I love cropping photos. Like, I try to frame my shot so I don't have to crop, but I do actually enjoy cropping photos. It's crazy. I don't even have any software or anything anymore, so I'm going to have to invest in that, but I figured I may as well wait until I got my new computer system, and that's my job tomorrow. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get anything done, because I need to back up all of my files off a lot of my files I have on external drives that I back up, but I do have a few working files that are on my main computer from the business side, like invoices I send to customers and things like that. I need to download all of that type of stuff, all of my retreat information, because I need to have quick access to that. All of my spreadsheets, things like that, I need to get off of my computer before I dismantle it. I'm going to still use it because I might use it for just solo editing, maybe. I'm not sure. 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure we get them in the right order. So I haven't decided yet. It's not gonna be the one. This has got some more small seams at the beginning. It's just not gonna be the one that's hooked up to the Wi-Fi anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna hook up the new one. I thought I was gonna do that tomorrow, but I forgot. I just realized I was so busy doing prep work and quilting for people that I forgot to back up my hard drive, you know. So yeah, I don't even know what I got in the box, okay? I guess I should at least, I opened the camera, read it, bought some extra batteries so when I'm out, I don't have to worry about running out of batteries, power. And then I have never opened the computer box because it's like, I don't have time for that. I really don't. All right, let's see what we have here. Pressing everything towards the string blocks, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I did because I was trying not to press anything else towards these half square triangles, okay? So I might end up taking some classes or something. I might do something fun. Who knows? Might, you know, reward myself that way. Because I really like, I like pictures. I like looking at pictures. I like seeing the depth of stuff. I like seeing what's in the background of pictures. So, and everybody now is using AI. But I just love a good photo. So, you can't even trust photos you see anymore. You know, people won awards for photography. You can't even trust this stuff anymore. Hi, Yolanda Reza. She says, happy Saturday, everybody. They're doing it to everyone, I believe. It's mostly from company who's the main owner, for which a lot of credit cards is a company called Synchrony Bank. I don't think my Discover is owned under Synchrony Bank. And I just refuse to have all these different credit cards. So I have one major credit card. I have probably a Sam's or a Walmart card that I don't ever use. And then I have my bank cards. And I don't ever use the bank cards. I stopped using bank cards years ago because 3 times in a row I've had my banking information stolen. It seems like it's harder for them to do it to a credit card company than it is for them to go straight into your bank account, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Thinking of credit cards, do y'all remember when I was in AQS Paducah and I was telling you all that I was in a hotel room. I told you all the whole thing. If you haven't seen it, go watch the Paducah thing where I was in the hotel room sewing or cutting. I was cutting the last round for my African fabrics for what in the world? Jen Kingwell's Wensleydale. Oh my God. I need to finish that too. The Jen Kingwell Wensleydale quilt. And I was telling you all how they had they was charging me all this money to stay in Econo Lodge. And I'm like, well, maybe this is a nicer Econo Lodge. I get there, the facade's falling apart. Suspect people was hanging out in the parking lot. But y'all got to go see it because I was all in the moment in that video. But anyway, I already knew when I walked in that I wasn't staying here. But you have to almost go check in just so that you can go to the room and say it has mold, mildew, because you know it's going to have something based on how it's looking out here, okay? So I'm all ready to check in, and I heard him tell the lady before me that all they got is smoking rooms left. And I got the last room, okay? The last room, and it's a smoking only room. Well, I got the last, well, they didn't have any, vacancies. I'm not sure if I had the last room, like as far as check-in, but, you know, they didn't have any other rooms to give me that was not smoking. Now, I had never been at a hotel where I had to tell them I wanted a smoking room or not wanting a smoking room. I've never had to do that. So they was telling me that I didn't say that in my sign up, and so therefore they put me in. I go, well, yeah, I have never had to do that when, you know, I'm like at Holiday Inns, Residence Inn, the Marriott's, you know, them type of people. I never have to say that because you pay extra for that because you shouldn't be smoking here. So it was all kind of telltale signs that this wasn't going to be a good experience. But anyway, that company, I called because I ended up inadvertently booking through some company that I didn't even know I had booked through, because when I put in Econo, this is where stuff goes bad. People will redirect you to a different site. And it was a company that will book your rooms, but they're booking your rooms at a higher price. But anyway, and Econo Lodge don't have any solution for that. But anyway, I knew I wasn't staying there. So I called them because he said, well, I can't issue you a refund. You have to go through them. So I called them because I'm trying to get a refund because I know I will sleep in my car before I stay in these rooms, okay? Yeah, that's how bad it was. And so I called them and they was talking all kind of crazy stuff. And I said, look, I'm just going to go through Discover and have them contest this charge you put on my account. Well, you can't do that. I said, well, you don't tell me what I can and can't do. Well, I say, I tell you what, if you can find me another room, blah, 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 we can do this or that, whatever. Couldn't find me another room. Matter of fact, wasn't calling me back because they already got my money, right? They don't care. So I waited till I got back home because I ended up getting another room, called them to let them talk to the people where I got the new room, but I never got a return charge on my bill. So I think I waited about 2 weeks because, you know, I have a life. I'm doing things. I was on the road waiting. I was doing a presentation on the road, and I had a few minutes before I was going to meet the group. So I said, this is a good time for me to call Discover and tell them I need to contest this bill. I called Discover, and then they told me it must have been longer than that because they told me I had to wait maybe 21 days in order to contest it, and it would be that Monday. I said, okay, well, then I'll call you back on Tuesday. I called them back on Tuesday. I contested that bill. You know, I got my money back from that mess. They knew they was wrong. Let me go ahead and cut this. We ain't saving thread tonight. Yeah, I ended up getting my money back, but they weren't going to give it to me. So what they did was, like when you put in a claim on your card, they have so many days to respond. And so they never responded, but they made sure that I waited. You know, if they don't respond, then Discover will automatically issue the credit back to me. And so then they go back to them, and however they got their money, Discover gets their money right back out of their checking account. It's kind of like a bounce check, but with a credit card. And so they went back and got their money out the account. And I never heard a word from them people. They just trying to bully people into not following through, and then they can keep your money because you're going to forget. No, I'm not going to forget. Because I was watching my credit. I watch my credit card bill. Every time it gets used, I get a little ding on my phone. So, yeah, I was waiting on them. I was checking, you know, like every 2 or 3 days to see if it went through, but I didn't know what the timeline was. I think it's 21 days, something like that, very close to that. But I was close to it, but I had to wait. It would have happened on Sunday or Monday, and I said, okay, I'll call you back on Tuesday then. Made sure I called them back on Tuesday. All right, so this is my corner piece that's just pinned. And then I've got this whole long row. Lord, this is the 6 and 7 are the longest rows. So let's sew 6 and 7 together instead of worrying about another row being sewed. Let's sew rows 6 and 7 together. I can't remember. I think I pressed this, but it's been folded here so long we may have to adjust some seams, but that'll be okay. So we're gonna flip this around. This goes on top of that block. It's long too. If I get the long row, so that's the major part of this battle I'm up against over here. Yeah, I've had this one folded up for a while. The seams, they so thick, and I haven't pressed it with my other iron, a heavier iron. They want to come back because I've had it kind of curled around itself. So I do like to pin the rows together just so everything stays without getting stretched, especially these triangles, because they're kind of oversized a little bit. I don't know if Kevin's and Jason's was oversized. Some of mine are oversized, and then every once in a while I'll get one that isn't. Weird. But we're going to sew the two biggest rows together. And then it's all downhill from there. Right? It doesn't get bigger, that's for sure. It doesn't get bigger. Remo's reminding people, if you haven't already, to please hit the thumbs up button. Appreciate it. Guess who Nancy is in here saying hello? Okay, Kevin. Good night, Kevin says he's got to leave. He's got to fly out early. I haven't been reading the chats. After October 14th, yeah, because that's another reason that I got, because my computer I bought in 2015 came with Windows 10, if I'm not mistaken, and Windows 10, but Windows 10 to Windows 11 don't update, and that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. I think it's because they want you to buy Microsoft 365, and if you still had the old products like Microsoft Word and it wasn't 365, which is what I have on my 2015, I was still using that. I had the whole thing, Word, Excel, all of that. So now I'm going to have to pay for all of that. So yeah, it's just a way for them to control, make more money. So I'm not happy about that part because I've been resisting Microsoft 365. I just like to purchase my software. If you want to charge me $1,000 for it, charge me $1,000 for it. But don't charge me every month for something. I don't like that part. I don't like it that it's never ending. It's like an internet bill now. This is freaking software. It's like, get a grip. You still got to know how to work it. So I have been resisting Microsoft 365, but I don't have a choice anymore. My QVC card is from them, and they are charging $1.99 to mail bills. Yeah, I don't mess with Synchrony Bank. Well, like, I think Synchrony Bank Walmart card is under it, but like I said, I don't use it. I got it because I was making some big purchase and they had like $50 off if you signed up for a new credit card. So I took that $50 because I was making a big purchase. So, but I don't even use the card. Everything I do, I put through my Discover card. And Don says, yeah, the credit cards wants us in debt. Right. Ain't nobody got time for that. So, yeah. I'm not interested. Dorsey is also reminding you guys to check your thumbs up button. When you make a purchase, they drop your credit line. I think because a lot of people not paying in this economy. What happens is your available credit, it's not your credit line drop, your available credit. Like if you have, say, a $10,000 credit and then you go and purchase $3,000 worth of items, they're going to let them know that you now owe them $3,000. Although that $3,000 is not due yet. It's not past due. It's not even due yet. You just owe it to them. And so they're reporting that I owe it to them. And the way they decrease your credit is almost like it's a punishment for using your credit card, which I don't agree with, because I paid the same thing that reduced my credit score for 30 days, was paid 2 or 3 days later. But the credit card company only gets a once a month snapshot from the credit card companies. And again, it's mostly going to be around when your statement date is due. So I just don't agree with that whole process. Now, when you go apply for credit and those people pull your credit, they're going to see what's on your card and they're going to know that your credit score is higher than that. They're going to see that it's higher. So you're not going to have to worry about it. I'm not going to have to worry about it. Let me say that. I don't even worry about it. I just live my life. I don't care what they send me. Because I don't owe Discover anything other than whatever I bought at the grocery store yesterday. Okay, I went to Sam's and the grocery store so I could get food for my chicken broccoli braid salad, cookies, and caramel apples. So all the fixings for that. So I don't owe them anything, but yesterday's stuff. So I'm trying to pay Discover and they ain't even got it on my bill, so I can't even pay in the Discover app. I had to go to my bank and go, well, I'm coming in the back door. Because when you send money electronically, they can't refuse it. But yeah, all right, let's sew this long row. It's the longest. Maybe it's going to be another long seam on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, these are the two. These 2 rows are the longest rows. So that's it. Yay! So it's all going downhill after this seam. All right. Kim is here. Hey, Kim. I need to contact you. I keep forgetting. Jason and I went to bingo the month of September, and it was like, who was it that wanted to come to bingo with us? We need to give you the bingo information so you can come next month. Lady Crafts talking about she's still using Windows 7. Girl, I got Windows 2010 Office pack. Okay, so that's why they're mad, because I'm still using 2010's Microsoft Word. Since I don't work in a business anymore, that version is suitable for everything that I need to do. I don't need an upgraded version of Windows, but they're not happy about it because they're not getting any money. So that's why they're stopping the support. And then that means everything that's connected to your machine is not going to be supported. And I notice every time I get an upgrade, something happens in one of my old apps. Like when I get a Windows upgrade, something doesn't work, and then I have to go back in and do restore on my system in order for it to work again. It's hilarious. I just did an upgrade the other day. I went ahead and did the upgrade because I'm gonna still use the computer. It's just not gonna be the main computer. So I wanted to make sure it was still updated, especially before they decide that they're not gonna support it anymore. And I couldn't even upgrade the computer that I have to Windows 11. That was what was so crazy too. I couldn't even buy Windows 11. It started with Windows 10. So, but everybody got to get their money. So let's see. Kim, I am not finna play with you. Talking about she cut that thread. Gasp. Right. I'm going rogue over here. I was sewing rogue on a little bit on Wednesday too, because I'm like, I had to finish the block in order to get it done. I broke it a couple of times, but I'm not trying to make it a habit. I have low expectations of myself today. So, low expectations. I agree, T. 365 is subscription based, and I'm still resisting it. It's like never ending utility bill. Right. And I'm like, I just don't understand how with COVID, nobody's salary has gone up as much as everything in the world to live. But, like here, a place you used to rent for, say, $550 a month, they're wanting like $1,400 for an apartment. It's like people, that's why it's 3 and 4 levels of family living in one home now, because people can't afford to stay by themselves. 3 and 4 generations living in one house, because it's ridiculous. You got to pull your money together. So come up on another one of these fat seams. It's so fat my presser feel like, girl, what are you doing? Whew. Hi, C-Joy Creations. T says, bought my granddaughter a camera for Xmas, which was surprise. She uses. She just bought her iPad for upcoming, a mini iPad. I'm thinking for upcoming Xmas. Let's see what she uses. See if she uses it. Yeah, because a lot of people use their phone for everything, and I'm one of those people that I like keeping all of my devices separate, because if I needed to make a phone call, I would never have any power, because I'm always taking. Well, I used to always be taking pictures. I'm trying to get back into it. That's why I wanted a updated camera. I want to get back into that, because I've kind of just let it go by the wayside. I used to be the picture person in our family. I'm the one that's got the pictures all in books and everything else. I used to do scrapbooking a lot. So yeah, now I just have a whole lot of digital stuff. I said I'm waiting on one of these days when like Snapshot or Snapfish have a sale, and I'm gonna be sending them suckers when they have like 1 cent pen, 1 cent a picture or something like that. I'm gonna be sending about 5,000 pictures. Process all of this for me. Thank you. CT says, when I told her that Discover bought my Juki, she's now saving her money. And it was more than that, because when I went in, you know, I had a bill because I had other stuff on there too. So I just used the entire balance on my Discover, and it's building back up now. It's probably back at 100 or more. And then I just went and bought, like I said, a new computer and camera. So next month it's going to be even higher, because they don't add it on when you purchase. They add it on once you pay it. So that's another reason I like paying my stuff off early, because I get those points early. Because I could have went in the store and used my debit card, but I don't use that anymore. And that's the equivalent of paying in cash. But I don't do that anymore because I don't want to pay anything that's coming out of my checking or savings account. I don't want any card affiliated with that out in the world anymore, because they're easy to steal and use. Whereas when it's credit, it's amazing how they can lock down on these credit cards. I haven't had any credit card fraud, but I had 3 times my debit and my checking account has been stolen. With new cards, new account numbers, the whole 9 yards, and they still got stolen from using a debit card. So I don't use them anymore. Don't even pull it out. I have one, but I have one for my business account. I have one for my personal account. I do not pull it out. I'll pay for everything on my Discover, and then I don't even worry about it though. I just pay for the stuff on Discover. It comes out of my regular personal checking account, whether it's business related or not, because all the stuff still belongs to me. So it doesn't matter which account it come out of. But yeah. I basically use my business account so that I'm not putting my personal account information out in the world. So, debit cards are not a good thing. All right. Yay, yay, yay. Oh, I don't think I missed any other pens. Cedra talking about, you are so right, T. She always has something to teach me. I just think, especially like our youngsters, I think, because it happened to me. You send your kids away to college, and then they're sending them credit card applications, and you don't even fully understand what's about to happen to you, and you don't have a job, and they know you don't have a job, and they're sending it because they figure your parents are going to help you out of the jam when you get in a jam. And yeah, I never want to have to do that again. Trying to dig myself out of credit card debt. Never again. I've learned also, you start talking to people, you never know who and where you're going to meet people. But I've also learned that it's the rich people that file more bankruptcies than the poor people. That's how they stay rich. Okay, so somebody has got to give me some numbers. And I got this thing all wrapped up. I need some numbers. I have no numbers. Row number 8. Okay. Slide this over here. I forgot about that part, taking my numbers off. What time is it? We still got 24 minutes, so I don't have to get it sewed, but you know. 2. Yeah, I do. I have a couple of photo books too. I've got one from my New York trip, and I have a couple from the retreat 2022. I think Kevin bought that one, but I have another one. Which one did I make? I made them for my either long arm quilting or t-shirt quilts or something. Because if I go somewhere, I'll tend to just put those out and let people look at them. Especially if I'm somewhere vending, I'll put that type of stuff out just for general information. But yeah, I've done a few photo books, and I like those too. But I also like scrapbooking with actual paper too. So I like them both. This is 7, although it looks horrible, the number, because I hooked the 7 and then drew a line, and it almost looked like a box 9. But I know what it is. Last one in this row. And then, see, this is all because I don't want to break thread. All right, being stingy again. This is number 9. All right, let's turn this back over. The nice thing is my numbers are smaller. I needed 11 last time. Now we're at 9. So on row number 8 though. Just want to get this row off. Whoops. I got numbers for 2, well, technically 3 rows now. I need to start pulling numbers off so I can recycle them. Because once they're sewed together, I don't need the numbers on them anymore. And I still got numbers on the top row of this too. But yeah, look at that. It's so pretty. This is so long, guys. It is ridiculous. But it is so pretty. And it's going to be on point like that. So we're actually doing setting triangles like this right here at the bottom. So yeah, I have to press that at the big station. I need to press it, but not right now. I was pressing stuff in here with this little area before. That's the longest row. I do not feel like it right now. So just know it's 6 and 7 are sewed together, the longest 2 rows in the quilt. I am equally excited. I got chance to spend some time with Jersey today. She is a hoot. Anytime she's on her feet, she's in pace mode. And you would think with all the walking and pacing that she does that, you know, she would go to bed and not be trying to stay up because you're up. That girl is a true night owl. She will stay up as long as she can, resist the sleep, okay? Resist sleep. But she's just as cute as she can be. She was walking around today just singing songs, just random songs, and you'll just hear E-I-E-I-O. And then she'll do Like, they've already said the animal, but she'll do E-I-E-I-O, and then she'll do whatever sound that she's picking for that particular time, whether they're doing it or not. It doesn't matter. It's what she wants to say. But she is a hoot. Hi, Delia Castro Short. Welcome, welcome. And Sue Allen. How old is she now? About 21 months. Because she was born the last day of December. Okay. I'm looking up there like I got to get blocks from up there. But I need to cut the iron on because I've sewed a long row, pinned it, and still haven't pressed anything. So it's like wanting to be fed over here. It wants some power. Yeah, this is so much shorter. Ooh, look at God. These rows are short. Yes. Well, they're so short after I've sewn the longest row. Yeah, but that girl has been more places than I've been already. Her mama is a person that always like to go and do stuff, and she take Jersey right along with her. So Jersey will tell you, let's go. She ain't trying to hang around doing nothing. Three and four. Where is one? And this is two. So I don't know how these got out of order, but they did. We'll just put you right there. Her own version of the song reminds me of you and quilting. Right. Jersey is a hoot. I crack up all the time. And then she'll even have a little silly smirk in her face. Sometimes she'll have her passy in her mouth with the smirk underneath it. She knows she's crazy. She's cuckoo for Cocoa. She's Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs, or cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. However they say that. Okay, this is the one I need to put to that one. So I'll cut it because I'm not cutting any thread, Kim. I'm getting close to the end of my sewing for tonight. We're at 9:42. I might if I keep sewing, I might knock all these rows out and just need to connect row to row. But we're getting close to being done with this. What row are we on? 8 or 9? We're on 8. Row number 8. We started with 7. But they're getting smaller. So that's good. Okay, I just saw my seam allowance flip back the other way, but we're going to act like we didn't see that. Right at the end, the last little second, I thought I was home free. quilt is really pretty. Oh my goodness. This is number 8. This one goes over there. So this goes on this side. We'll go ahead and sew this half square triangle on here. I have to say half square, it's a quarter square triangle. And then I want to clip that just so I can pull that around. Not have it all bent up. All right, and then this end goes with this end. And so I think I have 3 seams to press. And I need to get these numbers off of here. I can't remember what was the last number I stopped at. We'll go to 8. We'll start at 8. I don't think it's going that far though. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. It's the last one. Okay, I will be pressing this later. Ugh, goodness gracious. I got strings everywhere between me buying a showing that charm pack that was pinked edges, and now with this quilt, I got strings everywhere on me. I don't know if they all show up. It's a lot. On my pants, everything. Okay, we're trying to get row number 9 out just so I can cut my thread on the row that's on here, because Kim's here. We can't waste thread. We got 9. She cracks me up. She waited until she got to know me every treat to talk about me and my thread. It was too funny. That's number 5, 6, and 7. Yep, and yep. So I've got 8, 12 through 18 up here. We don't even need these numbers. We can get rid of this. Put it in the trash. Because our numbers are going down. We don't have to worry about the high numbers anymore. All right. This is row number 9. We're almost ready to go. We got 12 minutes. Let's see. I left this part down here. Thank you, Joanne. Said that quilt is so beautiful, T. Thank you. And then Monty Pep says, late but here. And Don says, it's a beautiful, love the fabrics. Thank you. Don says she loves the fabrics too. Good night, Lady Crafts. Thank you for popping in. Sleep is calling her name. Peace and blessings. Yes. All right. This is just so I can get off my previous row. It'll get sewed to this row. So I thought if I had time, I'd at least get them sewed, the 2 rows. So, but I don't know if they'll go together yet, but hey. The rows are getting shorter now. I see the light. I feel a lot better about my circumstances right now than I did at the beginning. All right, we got all of these seams over here we got to press though, because I think it's 3. I didn't want to cut my thread. Okay. One. Gotta find them though. Here's another one. That was easy. Ooh, that's fat. Ugh. I can't wait to get to my other arm. I'm sure my long arm's gonna love this quilt. That's another thing too. I did quilt another quilt that I'm for myself. I used the Birdie Bird fabric. I think I mentioned it, but I haven't even squared it up because I've been working on customers' quilts. I just was wanting to make sure that I test that batting before I went to Houston, if I go to Houston. So I don't know what I'm doing with Houston. I need to decide, because Butler, of course, wants me to work in their booth again. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. That should be it for pressing. Yep, this is row number 8. Make it so 8. I guess I need to take my numbers off. Up to 5. Because I just did 7 and they're getting smaller. And then I'll get the other ones off later. But at least I'll have them on my machine. All right. We got 8 minutes. So we should be able to sew this last row together, but not to each other. And I'm okay with that because I wasn't expecting that. My goal was 1 row. Number 7. We're on number 9. So yes. Oh, I don't need that. I'm thinking I need it because it was still hanging on there. Don't need it yet. These 2 on here go together. Right there. Yeah, so y'all woke me up. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna give me something to drink. I didn't even have time to get anything to drink before I came in here. I woke up I set my alarm to wake up 20 minutes before, and I had forgot. I'm like, girl, you left the Halloween quilt in the car. You got to go back outside. And I still don't have everything out my car, so I still got to go back out. Get that. All right. I have no water in the iron. I don't know why I keep pressing the steam button like I got water. I'm not putting any in there. I'm ready to call it a night. 2 more seams. Well, 3, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3. All right, the end piece goes on here. Right here. Darcy's reminding you all to check your thumbs up button. We're about to be getting off of here, so make sure you've hit the thumbs up button for me, please. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yes, we're almost done. Well, we're almost, done with what I'm doing for tonight. I got a row that has 3 blocks and 2 triangles, then 1 block and 2 setting triangles. So we almost made it, really, with all how slow I started out. If I wasn't, still waking up, we probably would have finished this. Finished the rows, not like finish the quilt. Because I do want to, what I'm doing is sewing 2 sets of rows together. And then I'm going to take everything to the big board and press at that time. Because I don't want to take the whole completed top there and press a whole top. So I'm trying to do it in sections. So I'll have all of these 2-row sections together that I'll need to put together. But yes, I'm enjoying it again because I'm getting to the bottom of this part until it comes time for that piece border. There is a plain border that goes on here next, so I have to figure all of that out because it's got to be the right size in order to this quilt. I don't know if I got to square up these edges or what, but it's got to be the right size for the final border to fit. So I'll be, I'm one of those people that, in all actuality, I do read, but I don't all the time. And with somebody like Bonnie, who's long-winded in her instructions, I start watching pictures. So I don't ever know the details because I'm just looking at the pictures and go, oh, it goes together like that. Because I'm not looking at the instructions. I'm just looking at her pictures. And then I just go and sew stuff together. Yeah, just tell me straight. I don't need paragraphs. That's too much. So, she's very thorough. Now I got to go read to see what I got to do to this quilt top once I get it together. But that's still, a while out because I got to still press everything and then start sewing these rows together. So it's still a ways out. But it's closer than it was before, especially when I was missing pieces, because I thought I was going to have a shortened version of the quilt for a minute. That's what I thought. Okay, I think we're done, and I can go ahead and break this thread now, and we can cut this machine off. We're done. We're at 58, 9:58. Okay, let's press this seam that my hand is on. I know I gotta press it. And then the 2 rows that I just made now are ready to go together, but we're not doing that tonight. Tomorrow I might come in and put the binding on this quilt top. Who knows? Maybe I won't. I got 1 more row somewhere. 9. I thought I had 2 things connected here. It's the triangle on the end. Yay. All right, we're almost done. Yep. So we will pick this up next Saturday, I guess. Sure hope I have something else to do, because I can try to remember to press the 3 panels that I have 2 rows of, and then we can sew that together, because I still probably won't get it all done in one sewing session because I am chatting and talking. So yeah. Thank you, Sue. Says really going to be beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Michelle the Quilter saying hi to everybody. Just got home from going to a show with my daughter. We'll watch the replay. Hello, and welcome. Also, if any of you are still here that haven't subscribed to my Teaquilts news at yahoo.com, just send an email to that. In the subject, just put ad. People that are going to the 2025 retreat need to most definitely do that. If you're interested in attending any future retreats, you need to definitely do that, because my email list is going to be the first pick people are going to be there. I had to fuss at my friends today because not one of them signed up. It was too funny. My brother is saying goodnight to everybody. Sue Ellen saying goodnight. And Melody and Anita. So we're going to go ahead and get off of here. It is 10 p.m. exact. I'm off. Y'all know I don't go by that type of clock, though. But anyway, you all stay blessed. Be safe, everybody, and quilt out. See you Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for 1 hour live chat. Bye.